Couple notices cat constantly staring at wall before discovering something behind it. Every house has its own issues with creaks, creatures, and mishaps, and occasionally, these noises are signs that something is seriously wrong. One New Zealand family learned this the hard way. It was lucky for them that the friendly feline was there to stand guard before the Ferguson Smiths uncovered a danger that lurked beyond their kitchen wall. Carla Ferguson and her partner, Mitch Smith, were beginning a new life with their infant child, Alari. They had bought a house to shelter their daughter, 5 cats, and 2 dogs. Together, they couldn't be happier. Over time, though, there was a concern with one of their felines. Soon after moving in, one of their cats began to behave oddly. It would intently stare at a wall in their kitchen. This was odd only before they knew what was hiding on the other side of the plywood. Soon, Carlo took notice of more than just the cat's strange behavior. Beyond the wall was a hoarse grating sound. On top of that, the wall gave off a physical feeling that was not normal. The wall was, which did not make any sense. Although it was close to their stove, it's not like they left burners on overnight. Carla knew she had to call someone for help as soon as possible. A small reveal gave Carla a hint of the cause. After seeing a number of bees flying around the kitchen lamp, she called a beekeeper to remove them from her home. But the problem turned out to be far worse than just a few bees. The beekeeper came to investigate. Carla and her family did not want these creatures to be killed, but were disappointed to hear some very sad news. The beekeeper could do nothing to help. The beekeeper was an expert in bee handling. The only problem was that these creatures were not bees. They were, in fact, wasps, which are far more dangerous. The family would have to wait a little longer, even after learning of the danger that invaded their home. Bees are a lot more simple to deal with. Even if a swarm had crept their way into the home, a beekeeper would be able to take care of that quickly. More than that, bees would have been relatively safe. While bees can be dangerous to those who are allergic, they are unlikely to sting unless provoked, and they only sting one time. Wasps, on the other hand, will come back for more and bring their friends. Wasps are much more lethal than bees. One particular species, German wasps, will sting a victim repeatedly and release a pheromone to attract more wasps to the assault. Not only did Carla and Mitch have the frightening German wasps in their home, but they were multiplying. The heinous invaders were discovered when pest remover Robbie Stapleton was hired by Carla and Mitch. He tore down the family's kitchen wall to reveal a horrific sight. Reaching the kitchen ceiling and stretching almost all the way down to the floor was a huge wasp nest. The pest remover estimated that the nest housed up to 7,000 wasps, which he believed had been sitting within the wall for about 6 months to a year. Carla and Mitch's daughter was only around 14 months old when this terrifying reveal occurred. Carla was relieved that no one had been stung in all this time, especially when the wasps were so aggressive. But they couldn't take any more chances. Robbie the pest remover recognized that there was more than one species of wasp in the giant nest. On top of the German wasps, who are a terror in their own right, there were also paper wasps. While paper wasps are not as dangerous as the German wasps, they are still dangerous. On top of that, the 2 species were at odds with each other within Carla and Mitch's kitchen wall. It was an insect turf war. The conflict would explain the sudden onset of noises that Carla had heard. In the end, the German bees, being more aggressive, defeated the paper wasps. It's a good thing that the fighting didn't break out within the home. That is, until Robbie came in. Once Robbie arrived, he started spraying the giant nest before several of the wasps rushed in to attack him. Luckily, he quickly thought to use the spray on the insects themselves. He could then take out the nest at last. Robbie was stunned by the nest's size. The hive measured more than a yard long and filled about 4 inches within the wall. There were even unborn larvae within the nest's holes, some just moments away from hatching. If the couple had waited any longer, they would have had a far worse problem. Robbie was not completely surprised by the wasps' presence. He explained to Carla and Mitch that wasps not only like warm conditions, but they also like to eat what people eat. They'll crawl into any hole they can find to meet their needs. the couple had been unaware that there had been an open door for these invaders. Around the side of the house, a crevice ran between the walls, allowing the nest to form. Carla and Mitch were grateful to be rid of the dangerous pests and for their feline friend who stood guard.